A very good morning to you and welcome to the Morning Outlook Report. I'm Rachel Jones reporting live from Kalkine TV's Sydney studios. Well, it's been a long Christmas break for the markets and now this morning Australian shares are set to edge higher at the open. According to the latest SPI futures, the ASX 200 is expected to open up just 0.5%. The ASX rewarded traders on Christmas Eve with a fourth straight day sector rise. The start of the Santa rally was led by banks and energy stocks after Wall Street closed the week in positive territory, with the S&P 500 hitting a fresh record high. At the closing bell before Christmas, the S&P ASX 200 was 0.4% or 33 points higher at 7,420. Over the week, it closed 1.6% higher or 116 points higher. The best performing sector last week was communication services, up 1.2%. The worst performing sector was consumer staples, down 0.2%. The best performing stock was AMP, closing 6.4% higher at $1. The worst performing stock was St Barbara, closing 2.4% lower at $1.41. So looking at some business news from this morning now, Select Harvest Almond, Hull and Shell company saw a fire on the 26th of December. Their Carina West site experienced a fire event in its co-waste handling area. Now, co-waste is a low-value byproduct that results from the hulling and shelling on the process of almonds. There have been no injuries reported, and the full extent of the damage to the site and operational impact is still currently being assessed. At this stage, there appears to be smoke and water damage impacting some site buildings, materials handling equipment, and work in progress inventory. The company's primary production and value-adding processing areas and related equipment at this site have not been directly affected. So based on the current assessment, Select Harvest expects to be able to undertake its almond receiving and processing activities following the start of harvest in February 2022. And APM Human Services International has completed the acquisitions of Early Start Australia, MyIntegra and Mobility. That's their IPO acquisitions. The company is also set to acquire Clustera in January, positioning the company for structural reform in the Swedish employment services market. Now, the acquisition of Early Start extends APM's health and well-being capability into the infant, early childhood and youth sectors, while the acquisitions of MyIntegra and Mobility significantly expand APM's offering across the disability and aged care support services sectors in Australia. Moving on, and Bowen Coking Coal has today signed a binding share sale and purchase agreement with New Hope Corp for the acquisition of 100% of the shares in New Lenton Coal, which currently owns a 90% interest in the Lenton joint venture. This follows the execution of a binding term sheet on the 4th of August. Now we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with everything you need to know to help you trade today.
Hi, I'm Sage, and get ready to take the crypto ride with me on Kalkine TV. Watch the Crypto Buzz every Tuesday and join the excitement at Kalkine TV. From Bitcoins to NFTs to Dogecoin and DeFi, we have updates about everything around these digital currencies. Understand the investing rationale and the risks involved in the space with me, Sage, on Crypto Buzz. Keep watching Kalkine TV.
And welcome back. I'm Rachel and you're watching the Morning Outlook Report. Let's look over to the US now. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones ended up 0.26%, but the S&P 500 was down 0.1% and the Nasdaq closed 0.56% lower. European stocks rose on Tuesday while Wall Street shares were mixed after another record-setting open on Wall Street. A delay in Britain and France on imposing more COVID curbs before year-end also excited investors. As the worst fears over the impact of the variant subside, investors have returned to risk assets. The MSCI World Equities Index rose 0.07% and the Pan-European Stock 600 rose 0.6%. Japan's Nikkei hit a one-month high and MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside of Japan gained 0.5%. Oil prices rose, and that was supported by supply outages and expectations that the US inventories did fall last week. Brent crude rose 0.66% to $79.12 a barrel. WTI crude climbed 0.74% to $76.13 a barrel. Gold price hit a one-month high after pulling back on US dollar weaknesses. Spot gold was last down 0.2% at $1,806 per ounce after hitting its highest since the 22nd of November. Meanwhile, Bitcoin fell 6.19%. Well, that's all for our morning Outlook report here on Kalkine TV. Have a great day trading and stay tuned for more market updates and economic news live throughout the day. This is Rachel signing off for now.